Happy VA Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about 100% disability and property tax exemptions. We're going to be talking about what states will do a full property tax exemption if you are 100% disabled. Okay? Now, very important. If you guys like this channel, please subscribe. If you like this content, like it. If you hate it, hate it. If you guys have ideas for what videos you'd like me to do, please, please, please put them in the comments. So, first of all, and this is so important, okay? I don't care what you heard in a Facebook group. I don't care what your buddy said. I mean, I like to hear it, but when it comes to property taxes, you guys need to go to the source. Do not take third-party information. Even what I'm about to say right now, you want to verify with the source, okay? And you're like, Jen, what's the source? I thought it was you. No. So the source is the county tax assessor, yes. So let's say, for instance, you're in Sonoma County, California, okay? You would Google Sonoma County tax assessor. Okay? And you would look for their phone number. And as a veteran, whether you're 100% or not, you're gonna call that tax assessor and you're gonna say, hey, I'm calling to inquire about what veteran benefits you have towards property taxes. You know, in some states, it's towards school tax. There could be a variety of tax benefits that you get as a veteran, whether you're 100% or not 100%. So you always want to reach out to the county tax assessor. Okay, there's certain parts of the country where it varies county by county by county. So I always say, like, if a lender, because there's lenders that guys literally know nothing. So they could say like, oh, you're a disabled veteran, you don't pay property taxes. And you could be in a state where you do. Okay? Or you could be in a state where you get an exemption, but it's like basically worth $12. So it's really important that you guys are going to verify any information. Now, the second thing that's very important, so important, I can't stress it enough, is that with any sort of property tax exemption, the lender does not set it up. Okay, I had a real estate agent recently say to a client, oh, well, my lender will do the property tax exemption for you. Guys, that's not a lender. That's not in our, that would be like if I was like, oh, do you need help with your taxes? I'll help you. What? I'm a lender, you know, and the property tax exemption is based on your personal information. Some of these states ask for medical information that's detailed. That is none of my business, okay? Now, I would always say you're going to go to the county tax assessor, you're going to talk to them about when to file, what you need to file, and what documents you need to fill out. These documents are turned in after you close. And I would say walk it into the county tax assessor. You know, email a copy as well, but definitely make sure they get it. So important, because a lot of people just assume it's automatic. Oh, well, they know. They don't know. They don't know. Guys, when you fill out your loan application with me, I don't have any idea if you're 10%, 50%, 70%, or 100%. Your COE doesn't tell me your percentage of disability. It gives me a dollar amount, but it doesn't tell me your rating, right? And with property taxes, same thing. They don't have that information. So you guys need to fill out these forms in order to get the property tax exemption. Cannot stress it enough. Look at the county tax assessor, okay? So let's talk about the states. These are the states that are very clear-cut. Are you ready? 100%. Now, this is if you are 100%, you get a full property tax exemption. This does not mean you get school taxes covered. This does not mean you get any other type of taxes covered. So you want to verify with the county tax assessor. This is just property taxes. Arkansas, Florida, Illinois is actually, if you're 70% or more, it's no property taxes. I thought that was exciting because Illinois can have some expensive property taxes. Maryland, Michigan, Nebraska, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, Texas, and Virginia. So if you're 100% in those states, as I film this video, you are exempt from property taxes, but you do have to fill out the proper forms. Now, it's also important to note that some of the states will have it where if you're not 100%, but you lost a limb or an eye or paraplegic, they have different parameters that also could include you for that property tax exemption. So that's another reason you guys want to dig into this and not just rely on like, oh, well, this guy said, or I saw, or my friend. You really want to make sure you're getting the full benefits. Now, I wrote down a couple, right, where I think it's important to note, and this is where I think with the Facebook groups, it can get a little muddy, because if you're in South Carolina, okay, South Carolina can be up to, I'm just checking something. It can be up to 100%. Like if you're 100%, you can get exempt, but it also depends on the county. So that's important to know. You want to talk to the actual county because it's not a state. Pennsylvania, up to 100%, but there can be an income limit, right? So your friend may be like, no, you're 100%, you don't pay property taxes, but maybe they're under the income limit. So that's an itchy rule. Hawaii and Alabama, they can be up to, 100% no property taxes, but it depends on the county. So you really want to make sure that you guys are reaching out to the individual county tax assessors to get this information. Now, the next question I get is, as a lender, how do I treat this? So if we know you're going to be exempt from all taxes, okay, when I'm doing my debt to income, I'm not going to include taxes. It's very important that you say to me, Jen, I'm 100%, okay, so that I know, okay, no taxes. Right? And it never hurts to go, Jen, I'm 100%, no taxes. Remember, you did the video. And I'll be like, yeah, I did. Okay, cool. We won't hit you with the taxes when we're doing the debt to income. Now, depending on the state, we may still collect for taxes at closing. It's going to depend on how that state files. Some of this stuff is really wonky, where it's like, I was reading one and they weren't for 100%, no taxes. It was like some sort of other exemption. And it was Wisconsin. And it was, you have to have either started your service there or you have to have lived there for 5 years before you qualify. So sometimes some of these states have some real niche-y stuff. So you really want to make sure that you understand it thoroughly, okay? Because the last thing you want to do is not get an exemption that you're owed. It's that simple. You are owed these exemptions for your service. So make sure that you're taking advantage of them. And the next question I get is, well, Jen, I'm not 100%. May I still get some sort of exemption? Yeah, I went through the whole list of states, and I'm going to be doing shorts on what each state does. And most states do something for everybody, which is great. I think they should, honestly, I think if it's 100%, I think every state should waive the property taxes. I know we all have, each state gets to decide, but it's like, come on, 100%, there should be no property taxes. You have served your country. But we're not there yet. So it is very county by county and state by state. So as always, here's the deal. If you're 100% and you're on a fixed income, moving to a state where they're not going to hit you with property taxes, it can really give you a better quality of life. It's that simple. If you're trying to make sure that you can make ends meet, not having to pay property taxes can help. So Texas, is very expensive with property taxes, but if you're 100%, you're not paying them. So that can be great. There's other parts of the country where you wouldn't have the taxes waived, like Georgia comes to mind, fully waived, but the taxes there are relatively inexpensive. So it's just something to consider when you're thinking about your long-term financial planning, how to maximize all the benefits that you're entitled to. So as always, questions and comments, please reach out. One last note, if you guys are currently thinking of getting your entitlement increased and you're not sure how, check out DAV.org. Guys, it's a nonprofit. It's great. I'm going to do another video on it. I've had a lot of clients reach out to them and they've helped them with VA to get their disability, and they don't charge you guys anything. So definitely make advantage of that resource as well. So as always, thanks for watching. Licensed in 48 states to help with mortgages everywhere but Rhode Island and Utah. So if you need a VA mortgage, I'm here for you guys. I'm here every Wednesday for you. Talk soon.